Welcome to another edition of the Two Brew Review. This week we are checking out Feral Garden Gnome. This is a Belgian blonde ale made by Liability Brewing Company out of Greenville, South Carolina. Shout out to my brother-in-law Phil, who made the effort to actually ship this beer up to me in a recent voyage down there. I had looked up some of the different award-winning beers, and this beer popped up. So he made the effort to seek this out for me. So much appreciated. So this is a Belgian blonde, which was the Belgians' effort to respond to the lager beer movement that was going on not only in Europe in the 19th century, but also came over to the United States. So this is kind of a lighter, cleaner version of a Belgian ale. It's still an ale, but they tried to make it cleaner and have some more lager-like characteristics to compete with the Euro lagers that were being made in other parts of Europe. If you want to think of a kind of commercial standard of Belgian blondes, Leffe Blonde is usually considered the benchmark for this beer style. So I'm excited to get into this. This beer has a trophy case full of medals. The most recent being it won a gold medal in the Belgian blonde ale beer category and this year's World Beer Championships. I also saw that it won in the U.S. Open Beer Championships back in 2020. It took second place in 2021, and it took a bronze in 2022. So again, a very well-decorated beer from this brewery. So excited to try it. So we've got this 16-ounce can. I love the artwork. There's your gnome existing in the wild, resting under some mushrooms and perhaps smoking some dried mushrooms. We've got 6.7% ABV, which is to style. Usually around 6 or 7% is what you'll find in a Belgian blonde ale. And you've got the craft brewer logo, which you always like to see, certified B Corporation logo, which means that they use sustainable practices in the brewery. And this little circle logo here, I believe that is specific to South Carolina. That is like a certified South Carolina product, similar to the B Corporation, but for the state. And somewhere on here, the canning date. So they have a very clearly labeled canning date, month, day, and year. So I wish more breweries would have a canning date on there so that you can ensure that the product you're getting is fresh. There's also a cute little poem here that talks about feral garden gnomes on the side. I'm not going to get into that because I don't have my glasses on, but you get a chance, pick up this beer if you're in the South Carolina area, or have a family member ship it to you, and you can read it for yourself. So there's the pour. That's a classic Belgian golden ale pour. You've got nice kind of hazy gold. You're not going to have that translucent, that clear color. You are going to have a little bit of haze with a Belgian ale, and you've got the nice fizzy off-white head, and you've got some good nucleation there. It's pretty well carbonated. That's to style. Getting those really nice Belgian yeast aromatics. They're not potent, they're subtle, but they're there. You're getting stuff like banana, some clove spice, and also getting like a little bit of a honey-like aromatic, like a honey sweetness, and a little bit of graininess. So it's got all the notes of what one would expect in a Belgian ale. Cheers. Man, that's once again just hitting all the marks of the style. Sweet, smooth, malty character up front. Tastes like it's got definitely some other cereal grains in there. Maybe a little, more than likely a little bit of wheat, maybe a little bit of oats because it's kind of really smooth. But I'm also getting a nice little pleasant fruitiness, like a not apple, but like a pear fruitiness, and maybe just a little bit of a citrusy zest, almost like a lemon zest. Yeah, it's got a nice fruitiness that kind of helps play with the sweetness. And then here comes some of that peppery yeast character. Again, so it's restrained, but it's there and helps offset some of the sweet, fruity characters quite nicely. And like a lot of Belgian ales, I really like the texture of this. Again, I'm pretty sure that they probably added some oats to the grain bill because you get that really smooth, creamy texture, but yet it's still got a nice peppery spice finish, getting some nice effervescence and bubbles in the finish as well. So it's front to end, full of flavors, nothing too in your face. Everything is moderate as it should be, and nothing is overweighing the other in terms of its aroma or flavor or mouthfeel elements. So classic Belgian character. You got the yeast phenols, you got some of the Greenville, you've got some of the peppery yeast and hop strains, but it's not heavy at all. It's very crushable, packs a ton of flavor. It is very easy to see why this beer has brought home a ton of medals. So if you get a chance, definitely worth checking out. Once again, it is Feral Garden Gnome Belgian Blonde Ale from Liability Brewing Company. Feral Garden Gnome. I was in a band called Feral Garden Gnome. Tribute to Soundgarden. Cheers.